Hello, this is Tiki Gray, and we are going to be looking at my tournament games against Melvinfro. Now, there will be spoilers at the beginning of this video, so if you don't want spoilers, go ahead and, go watch the stream. Big Pimpintosh casted it. This search, I think the Twitch name is like Big Pimpintosh. You can find it on his Discord, or just go look him up on the Goof and Tail Discord. Anyway, let's get into it. So, it was a best of 5, and I 3-0'd Melvin. Now, this is in the second group stage, near the end of it, and it was Melvin versus Arlu, and I would have to fight the winner of that. Well, Melvin 3-0'd Arlu. Surprisingly, Arlu's not looking too hot. I might make a video on his losses since he made substantial errors. Okay, let's look in the me versus Melvinfro. So historically, like right now in ranked, I have 4 wins and 25 losses against Melvinfro. But I've only played like 1 or 2 ranked games like against Melvin like the last month, and I've been continuously getting better at the game. So that ranked score isn't entirely reflective of the current situation, and I also believe Melvinfro is probably really overconfident going into this, since historically he's been beating me, but I've been getting better, a lot better. And I figured he would run the deck he's currently running, since that's what he beat Arlu with. And I was caught between, I wanted to run Arlu's deck, since Arlu's deck is like really good against Melvin's deck. Arlu was just using it wrong. And while I'm 99.9% sure that Arlu's deck would just like stomp Melvinfro's deck here, and it does in theory, I was still hesitant to test it out, like without having played like some matches of Arlu's deck against like a Pigeon Skrill tier 2 deck, even though I was pretty much positive it would stomp Melvin. So I decided to run the Squizzer tier 2 instead, since that's still good against Pigeon, since as long as you have the Lizard's flank, they can just show up from behind and like one-shot the Pigeons, which is really nice. They can also kill retreating Pigeons really easily. Yeah, pretty defensive play from me. So the reason I did the double warn was because I wanted to do a snake flank if he took this mill as his second mill, but he took this one. It wasn't. Yeah, here I'm going for the Blizzard runaround, but he ends up seeing it just in time. Which isn't entirely surprising, it's a pretty short map to scout, so. Goes ahead and puts down the Badger. And I actually go back in again to see if I could kill the farm still while he goes away, since I was hoping it was scouting me again instead of standing there. And I probably should have realized that there was a Badger building, but maybe I thought it was like tier 2 or something. But if he only puts down 2 farms after that, like he's building units. Because he should be putting down 3 or 4 farms. Lizards here. And somehow I should have scouted for tech, but I didn't bother. I didn't think he had tier 3. Like I didn't think it was necessary to scout. And this point, like, oh, I'm really far ahead, 11 farms versus 8 farms. Come back in. And the Badger Warren is building, and this is really unfortunate. Because I don't know when it started building, and I might have lost the game already. But in any case, I have to go double Snake Warren, because I need to have 2 snakes out in time for the Badger. Which means I have to build 2 Snake Warrens, which is hundreds of wasted food. Because ideally I would just have 1 Snake Warren and 2 snakes, and just more tier 1, and then, or maybe like skunks or something, and the fight would just be a stomp for me. But now I have a bunch of wasted food on Snake Warrens and building snakes when the fight actually occurs. I'm just doing some scouting. I'm just trying to have my lizards in position to flank from the side that you kill off pigeons. Unfortunately for me, early badgers are really bad. Like, if I just had, like, 3 more lizards here, this would have been such a stomp. So the badger actually gets super low. And my snakes don't hit fucking shit. Because okay, 2 snake tag. So I have to finish off the badger. Like, I need to keep the damage going. And even though I had, like, so much more army for a moment there. Actually, maybe I didn't. I felt like I didn't know what. This is like a couple more tier 1, that fight would have been like 3 more lizards, that fight would have gone so heavily in my favor. Backing off here. Unfortunately didn't kill the Warren. But I am still a farm ahead. I'm actually a bunch of farms ahead since again I did kill these 2 on this home mill. But I'm stuck on 4 snakes, which is like, if I had 2 skunk, 2 snake, that'd be really nice. I could attack very easily with that, but 4 snakes is not good to attack here. Honestly, like, I have, 9 more tier 1. Well, I guess he has 3 pigeons, but those don't really matter. And 4 snakes, like, I could have honestly crushed them during this time. I was just really hesitant to attack because I figured I could just defend and play safe and be fine. Since I do have more mills on my side of the map. But in retrospect, I should just attack while the Badger is building. At least get some snake tags off and force him out of his warrens and go in. Since 4 snake tags are going to easily kill tier 1. Like, if there's only 3 pigeons. Like, 3 pigeons are not going to stop that many snakes from killing shit. That's the speed of it. There's going to be a bit of a lull here. Starting to tech up in the skunks and snakes. So how's the Badger? He's also slowly getting tier 2. He's really behind on eco. I definitely could have pushed my eco lead more. But again, I just figured I could just play safe. And I didn't really feel like I needed superior eco yet. Because I can just defend. Like, he starves eventually. Just splitting out my army since he does have skunks. So skunks are probably going to be shooting my snake skunk. So my skrills will stay alive and so will my lizards. And it's just really nice. Since, especially in the toad meta, it's still really good against skunks too. And boar. Like, if you're fighting AoE, you really want to put your army at full engagements. Just make sure they all hit at the same time. More falcons. At this point, it's all about getting my falcon count up. Well, and I need to get more camps. I'm trying to go around again. This little bit of water is so annoying. I do a snipe a pig and only lose 2 lizards, so that was technically a value, but nothing huge. Much going on. Just looking for opportunities. Oh man, I could have killed that skunk. That would have been so nice if I killed the skunk with the lizards, but yeah. Open is actually starting to take the eco lead, although I still do have army lead. And there's no pressure for me to attack on this map since I have more mills. He has 3 mills, I have 5. More falcons. Still behind an eco. Now, I'm really hesitant with my lizards because if I lose the lizards during the flank, like that's really, really bad for me. Instead, I have nothing to come in from behind and just kill the pigeons and just do so much better damage. I go with lizards here, and like I lose 8 lizards, which is huge. That's 160 food, so that was really bad. And I'm already behind on eco, so that did kind of worry me. But I knew I was ahead, so that kind of more or less equalized the army situation instead of putting them in the lead. So more falcons, more cams for me. keeping 4 snakes in case he's going double badger. Since 2 snakes is not reliable against badger at this stage in the game, since the snakes might just get bursted down right away, then you have nothing to kill the badger. Okay, let's speed this up. Take the 4th mill, positioning around it. Going up to a whopping 10 cams, but I have a lot more falcons though. In an open fight, like you want definitely like the cams, but like if I'm defending, the falcons are decent enough. Like behind the mill. Just getting ready to attack. Going up to more skills. And I play my skillborns up here so they spawn and come in from their angle. So I go in, but most of my cams end up ignoring him. You see 3 of them go up top, which is like disastrous for me. But unfortunately, he like super overextends with the badger. Which is really not good. And I get snake tags on his falcons, which is really nice. Because my units keep on doing damage to the falcons, so the poison stays on the falcons. He's retreating, so I get some very, very nice pigeon picks. Go ahead and kill the fire. Honestly, I could have kept pushing here, but well, maybe I don't know. It was risky, but again, there's no need for me since I'm up 2 farms. I'm actually up 10 now since I built my farms on this no later. That's pretty much game. Since he did lose slightly more army and I have more eco, so I'll have to really mess up my mag quota for the next fight. Put down the 2 snakes since I know he's gonna have 1 badger, and I just have such an army lead anyway, and so many falcon. It's confident. So he snipes my mill, and 2 falcons can't kill a single can, which is really annoying. Go ahead and rebuild the mill because it's pretty useful. Maybe I don't know. I just want to have it. Melvinfro sold his badgers. It's just not. Well, I don't think it was bad. It was definitely fine before. He just overextended. You should have rubbed it up on the lizards coming in from the side. Some falcon shenanigans. So he actually rallies his whole army. This is really awkward for me to engage. So I actually get really cut out here. But again, I just have such a huge army lead, it kind of doesn't matter, honestly. And as you can see, my camps distracted the skunks. Like all my skills and lizards stayed alive, not dying to skunk gas, which is really nice. I love it surrenders. Game number 2. So I decided to opt for my favorite, and I would say I play a lot of, like, I tend to switch it up a lot in tournaments, but this is my favorite deck and probably maybe my most used deck. I consider my primary deck nonetheless, but Lizard, Falcon, Skunk, Snake, Owl. Gee, I knew he was running Badger, but I don't have to build Owls if he has Badger. Even if he does, I feel like Owls are fine as long as you don't let your mice get baited and let the Badger rev up for free. Just keep your Owls in the back. Then bring them forward when the fight starts. Just don't let the mice rev up the Badger. That's all you need to do. Or I just don't have to build Owls either, honestly, so. Really nice map for what I want. It's decently long and difficult for them to cross, and there's 2 entrances for me to use, which is all I need. So I canceled the 2 farms, but I actually ended up losing the lizard there, which was not great. Yeah, I go 5 farm more usually just to stop the 4 farm rush. That's very potent in Smash. So I went to mill here since I wanted to bait Melvin into building his own mill so I can do a snake flank. Yeah, so lizards, and I knew he was either going to build a mill or all in with Skull Toe, since I figured he was playing Toads after losing last game. let's add lizards, and those play a pretty relevant part of the game. Those are also not good against camps. So I realize he's all in, and I don't know why I built the MGs right here, since he was scouting from the other side, and he built his warrens on this side, so that was kind of a big mistake on my part. I should have read this better and put the MGs on this side. Put the skunk warren down. And now my plan is to pressure his base with lizards. I can't believe I didn't put the MGs right here. I just felt like he was going to go this way for some reason, since I felt it was a shorter distance. I'm going with lizards. So yeah, I realized his army's like, I'm like, oh shit, I might have just lost that. Like, I kind of figured I lost the game, since he can just kill my mill without issue, I think. Well, now I'm running back. I buy the second mill just to try to save this mill, maybe still base trade somehow. And I'm regrouping my lizards, but see, the thing is, he suicides all his skunks, or all his toes on the skunk warren. And I actually clean up the fight. He should have saved his skunks, or he should have saved his toes, either kill my lizards. Either at this fight or later, or just something. Yeah, so like I'm still really behind in like terms of warrens and value, since even though we're both on 5 farms, like I lost a lot of warrens. Wait, I only lost 2 farms on engagement. Oh, I didn't realize that at the time. Going back in here, I'm gonna keep him in his base. And Melvin doesn't actually spot that I took this mill. It's really nice for me. His own second mill, I'm going over lizards. He decides the base trade, which is honestly kind of insane. Like, you would only do it if he had the money to buy a 3rd mill while he's doing this, because otherwise I just beat him in the base race. And like, assuming I'm only on 1 mill is like honestly kind of suicidal. But yeah, I mean, I just win this. Like, unless you're like losing, you don't base race about knowing everything, or about being prepared by having mills. Game number 3. Oh, Melvinfro likes pigeons. Pigeons are really bad against toads, and toads are just really good in this patch in general. So I decided to go for Arlu's deck, and I was just hoping I would be able to exploit the map somehow. Flanking or defending or whatever. Or maybe I could just push into Melvin when he tries to build a badger. Yeah, 5 for more for me. From him too. Happening. And he takes a ninja in the bottom, which, if you're taking a ninja against me, like, I'm really good at abusing ninjas. But anyway, so I didn't realize this at first, unfortunately. I didn't scout it. Like, I figured there was a mill down here, and I think now is when I realized that something's up. Because, well, yeah, so I scout his base. I see that's not a 1 base badger. Down the farm, since I think he's equaling somewhere. I just haven't confirmed it. I see that. Okay, so now here's how I kill this. There's a couple ways. One, I could just put like a snake warren like right here. That's kind of risky, really risky though, since you can scout it from high ground. But snake flank right here. But the safer, also really good option is to do falcons, and that's why I put the falcon warren right here. So it's a very convenient life path. Like, if you put it any more north, it's gonna run into the mill. But when you put it right here, like, I know I can kill these 2 pigs. Or 3. While if the warren is like up here, it'll run into the mill. And it'll have difficulty. Like, it won't automatically shoot these 2 pigs. Which is problematic, since you need to be back at your home base in order to pull the falcons back. Pulling out an eco, and like I have really nice defensive terrain. It's choke, water. You don't really need to worry about it. I'm getting ready for the falcon harass. Very, very quick rally, and I'm going back to my base. I'm just gonna watch the mini-map to know when I need to pull the Falcons back. So I don't kill that farm, unfortunately, but I mean, like, I'm 5 farms right now, and his eco is really delayed. And then I kill 2 pigs, I'm watching the mini-map, so I know when to pull back. And now I mean, it's 10 farms versus 13 farms. That's, like, when you're this high tier, with relatively standard decks, like one deck doesn't massively outskill the other, like the game's almost over if I'm playing correctly, honestly. Like it pretty much is over if I'm playing correctly. Like he does have more army right now, but I mean, not for long. Since he had to buy a 3rd mill too. Okay, so he's basically 180 food behind, which is always much more than 180 food since I've had farms farming this whole time. Well, he's like hundreds of food behind. Like in raw value, since he lost 2 pigs in the mill, which is 180 food, there's all the time. My 3 more farms have been farming, and he's still like 3 farms less, and it's been minutes at this point. So, like holy shit, that's just like he's hundreds of food behind, and he has to take this mill. Because if he leaves army right here to stop my Falcons, I just move my entire army to this mill, and his army is going to be split in half. So I can just kill the half the army here, and while the other half is here defending against Falcons. If he leaves his entire army here, I mean, I just send Falcons down here. If he leaves his entire army here, I just send snakes, or maybe my entire army and start killing warrens or something. If he splits his army in half, I can still send my entire army this way and just kill his half of the army, while the other half is defending. Or maybe not half, but a significant portion of it. You get the idea. So at this point, I'm looking to push real soon since I know how far ahead I am. And as you can see now, like, armies are still evil, actually. But so I look, I was just counting the Falcons. I was like, 4 against 3. Let me just wait to get my Falcon snake out. Yeah, and now I'm ahead in army by 120 food, so. Really nice comp. And in toad meta, it's really important you split up your units, so you can see what happens here. So I start doing snake grass to force them out, and I get some like I kill a cam right away, which I guess isn't huge since I lost 6 toads, honestly. Okay, so then I get some snake tags on the Falcons right away before the fight even starts. Actually, 4 snake tags on the Falcons before the fight starts. And even though I only have 3 toads, I mean, I still do a lot of damage. Like I had Falcons, 2 snakes, 2 skunks. Like it's over. Like the 6 pigeons might not do anything here. And he throws. So yeah, very nice series from me. Did a lot of. Well, I put a lot of thought in the decks I played, pretty much, and about what decks he was running. And that will be the end of this video.